You're probably wondering how I found myself up in this situation. Well, it all started way back when, and at that time I really couldn't have imagined it to end up like this. When the Dragons imprisoned me in the moon, I just thought it to be a temporary measurement, a little bump in my conquest of the universe. I knew that these seals wouldn't hold forever. I was patiently waiting until it happened. A demon set to destroy anything and all and nothing else. And I could see from first row how I was removing all my seals one after another. So, this will be something. If you're wondering, wow, at first do all things start small. Small mind with small weapons in a small master mode world with smooth brain journey mode. Not like I would show you me grinding stuff out, or even doing it to beginners. Gun is the name of the game, and high fire rate is her second. I can't tell you why, but spawn rates are just broken currently. Maybe that I have two mods to alter spawn rates and journey mode. If I can't get one time spawn rate, I will just do whatever's best for me at the moment. The smooth brain I have will I also not know the meaning of hard crystals or tinkering accessories together. So, what are these weird butt-shaped things from the glowing mushroom area? Must be something weird based on the third slice of life. Well, anyways, and then did the eye Kjarhuk destroy me. And know that I don't have armor or any relevant accessories and fight it on the Konmoka ground. This is the Eye of Cthulhu and I'm using the Numersche Mini-Shark shooting hellfire arrows. There's no excuse why this arena is needed when I'm using not a melee weapon to fight it. But don't you worry, for the worm does this excuse at least hold that hellfire arrows suck faru, having no piercing to speak of. Just that when I finally switched over to Jester's arrows, did the worm Ganem style over me like it was dinner in 5 minutes. Keep calm. After the worm gone, will I finally start the challenge for real. Like, here are my powers. Using a development tool can I basically do whatever, but to start with did I think in pre-hard mode are no interesting projectiles, therefore was I just using a glorified automatic bow. But there is a glimmer into the absurdity of what this easement will become due to the existence of the vile thorn from Shadow Orbs, a magic weapon most will just ignore, or not even know it exists, like me. I did get everything in Sky Shimmer blocks, but why in the world will I look at what comes out of what in the endless crates I fished, and this is just a bad weapon, when used as intended, as otherwise does it do this, and keep in mind that it is still the horrendously low mini-shark damage. If I were at this point clever enough to just realize that the high fire rate is not worth it for the low damage, would other things have happened? Other, completely calming and serene experiences. I guess I should address at this point how I started off with a light pad, and one of the best ones at it. I am legitimately playing the game like this usually. I have no need for seeing if I know where I am, so I would forget to ever light up anything, and all you could see is this. And oh hey, that one looks like that thing that happened in earlier, almost as if I'm presenting some things out of complete order. For the unschooled, as I never get more HP, is there never any 565128. Even with the Goblin Battle Standard, can you not summon any 564679 unless you have more than standard HP. Just cocky pups and nonsense that you can only have the Battle Standard when you aren't standard. Not like that would hurt me when fighting Skeleton, as this fight is so easy that I cannot understand how I am getting slobber-knocked by the Konmoka granny from Cookie Clicker. This isn't even post-apocalypse granny, why I am sucking so ass the second I have to do everything close to one hit. This is not even 1 HP, and all I'm fighting is a pre-hard mode boss, and I'm ramming my head inside a wall. For what? A bone glove? This is supposed to be easy, when I can just make whatever weapon I want. This is by far the most normal situation to fight Skeleton you could. There are other bosses where they expect you to have 500 HP and full loadout of combined accessories that are far harder to evade than a stupid spinning head. This is supposed to be easy, this is supposed to be fun. Am I supposed to go, whoa, this is some crazy combination you have never access to. I remember the mini shark being a completely awesome weapon, fast firing and strong. But there is in fact one weapon that for real is dead in pre-hard mode. I'm not counting the star cannon, even if it will get its own time. Pre-hard mode doesn't have any classes, so stop asking new players what classes are they playing in pre-hard mode. And these don't count, they are just a benefit fix way after. But because of that, I'm just using the same thing over and over. Like specifically not the Phoenix Blaster, the probably best weapon in pre-hard mode, if that one isn't going to the Knight's Edge. And yes, I did try the Knight's Edge in this. The Star Fury is boring with only one projectile per work week. But I had no idea what the rig is going on with the Zenith line. I really tried, and this looks more grim than it is. That animation around you is a projectile, and also the weirdest projectile in the game. If you put other things there, does it simply not work. And if you give it two other things, this projectile is invisible and loses most of its hitbox. This will be more apparent with the True Knight's Edge, shooting it out. Also that is where I first saw it doesn't work, but then randomly it hits sometimes, but not all of the times. So instead, why not do the fun thing? Instead of searching for the guaranteed beginning of the dungeon, hard-coded Cobra Shield and Muramasa, search for the handgun throughout the entire dungeon and back. Do you see this? This is how much I had to search for to find this weapon I am using for one fight, immediately replace it. At least I got the blue moon out of that I can now vomit out as much as I want. I promise some weird interaction. That is what all flails do, as long as you spam click. Only the reason persists, without the chain tying it to you, to prevent exactly this from happening. Yo-yos? Well, they're a bit odd, but not the only thing with this AI. They always home into 0Y. As they are tied to a weapon without the string, will they, before even the hitbox appears, retract and shoot it again. But some other projectiles that also aren't just something being shot away from you will just home into spawn regardless where you are in the world. With a lot of back and forth, did I then however figure out the best projectile in hard mode? Most likely. And it isn't even anything you probably think about ever. At first was the wild thorns up, and it is making your ranged weapon into a true melee shot sword. Strong, but no reason. The magic missile thereafter? Home. I thought they're supposed to follow your mouse cursor, but nah, they're just home into the enemy and wow, is this right now what I'm feeling? Fun? This is actually enjoyable and not broken, as they home disregarding of walls to the closest enemy, so you need to fire them in a way where there isn't a straight obstructed path to the enemy, which for the wall of flesh is not a given if you don't clear out all of hell. And that I'm dying right when the boss hit me is just part of the course, for me somehow always. It's hard and it's going to get wild. Just look at all these things that shoot out bullets with fancy particles covering over the bullets, so let's go back to our friend, the vile Thorn, long-lost cousin, who wanted to figure out how deep the rabbit hole really goes, and now he is vomiting out rainbows. I couldn't possibly imagine if there is a boss right now whose entire gimmick is to completely lose to any lingering damage hitbox. Just find out where the worm spawns and shoot with the shards in and die, and restart the fight, and take out half his HP in 3 seconds, and die, and do it over, and invalidate most of his life, and die, and repeat, and please just die already. You give me one moment of fun and enjoyment just to rip it away the next possible opportunity. This is why this is supposed to be fun, but he just has so much HP, and then do a million probes spawn, and they just remove you after that. You know what the best part is? At this point, did he start to spawn in random spots for no reason whatsoever, so I couldn't even do the start of the fight cheese. And have you any idea just how bad a copper short sword is if it comes out 5 minutes after you attack? It's just... I'm standing there right next to the destroyer, but because there are pros that ran and shoot at you, you cannot just stand around still. But if you move, the Bioswarm goes downwards instead of straight, and then does it no longer hit the destroyer, so you have to run away. But if it's not as if you could just try again easily, as there is a high chance once I get a spot where he isn't surrounding me, or the destroyer appears out of nowhere to eat me up whole, will he simply start shooting lasers so I have to run away again, just to be caught by the probes. You wanna know what I did eventually? I just built a platform in the sky, and as if that isn't enough, does the destroyer just start cheating and fly. He literally cannot get up this high if I'm watching, however, he can just quantum cat his way up if I don't see his body moving. With how bad my weapons are at dealing with lots of enemies, can I not clear out the probes easily, which very quickly start to stack up with how much damage I am doing. So I die over and over and over and over, on the easiest boss you can imagine. This boss loses to being in a box and throwing dynamite, and I can't do that much damage while struggling. I am losing my mind over here when this fight takes me 2 minutes, and I have half the HP bar in a few seconds. These are good times. You aren't that strong ever at this point, but it ain't feeling like that, and I can tell you that. Now let's start with the fun part. I wanted to do quick from pre-max, as all of this is after all so easy and broken that it surely would be easy. Even with the best armor possible does he one-shot me. The worst part being, me being stubborn. I already gave up on a pre-all max. However, I have now the hallowed armor that allows me to take 1 hit without dying. This boss is easy, he said. Just look how strong my weapons are, he said. The only fun part is that I was forced to figure out something that works. With lots of looking around, could I not use summons if everyone asks? They don't care what summons them and work correctly. I cannot simply shoot out more and more finches until the game breaks and I win from that. And every weapon just sucks in this game. Medusa's head, nice joke you had there. It shoots extremely slowly, regardless of how fast the animation would make you think it is shooting something, with that something just being a bad projectile. I don't have biome chests, and hallowed weapons need other souls, so what do I find in my darkest days? Am I actually doing damage? Like, what in the world is this? This is exactly what you thought the Nimbus one would do if used on random weapons. This is absurd. Duke has the HP of a post-plant terror boss, while I'm shredding through the HP as if it's the Eye of Cthulhu. Is the dart gun really that good of a weapon? Are curse darts really that good? Like, I genuinely want to know who of you has ever seen that the darts aren't just bullets with another name. We are so back! We have found why this challenge is goated. Duke is Duke more, even giving me the exact thing I wanted in the multi-shot bow and even the truffle. I purposely skipped over whips before. Against the wall of flesh they were like super long-range swords. You might think that they apparently simply don't work with multi-shot, just that this is normal damage. The super star cannon has really high damage compared to the tsunami, and still being widely outclassed regardless, as the whips all stack on top. This is just quintuple the damage. We are so back with weird things coming out of the wrong projectiles. The twins are so scared on the first round did they flee, and the second showed why. Skeleton Prime needs another 1,000,000 years to reach me and my prime. There isn't even any funny business here, I just removed him from existence. That is what I think of Summoner without summon runs. Later I then tested another weapon of the Duke, that is in very high regard sold up. Yup, the bubble gun instantly kills you, if you shoot anything but bubbles. It is the only weapon in the game where this happens, as far as I found out. And it doesn't matter what you shoot out, and how much damage it does. You just instantly die. It still works otherwise. While I am invincible from respawning, can I use it normally. So I really just have no explanation what's going on here. And you know what? We are finally starting to sink in random projectiles. See this place in the jungle that is already open from a granite biome? Perfect for a plant arena. The dumb person uses dynamite to clear out space. By now, the wacky wavy inflatable arm flailing tube man. And oh, what is that over there? Right there next to the wacky wavy inflatable arm flailing tube man. It's a gun! But not just any gun! It's a gun that shoots out sticky dynamite. This is what I call sinking with portals. Just blast away the wall and suddenly there's a portal to the next room. I now wouldn't say that I have expected the planned fight to be hard. It's after all planned. I just didn't expect that. I am so powerful, it rather killed itself than being killed by my hand. Nothing can stand in my way. I am invincible! You are nothing but useless worms right before my might. I am so powerful I can process nuclear rockets out of plant matter, and that isn't even something I could be bothered with when I have seed shells instead. Nothing can stop me, and if I die, I simply return and try again. Over and over until I win. All you are doing is prolonging the suffering, dying the death of 100 HP bars being taken out in a minute. Kneel. Bow! I told you to stop fighting back! Can't you see how much damage I am doing? Have you any idea what is going on? I almost killed your head before your arms because I do so much damage on a singular strike in times where your arms are away from your body. What are you talking? That I could have won easily if I just patiently waited out attacks? Can't you see how much damage I am doing? There is no need to patiently wait. I can just win before I lose. I need to win before I lose. I don't even understand why I'm doing so much damage. The Seedler is meant to be used for Golem. It is designed for Golem, but no combination came ever remotely close to this. Not even things after Golem could stand a chance to the Seedler. I tried it all. Want to see the solar eclipse? When I tried using a toxic flash on the cultist, did my disease lag so hard I had 1 frame per hour. I couldn't even use it even if it was a stronger option. What about pillar weapons? Well, the whips are good, so multi-shot surely works in the solar eruption as a stronger whip. It doesn't work even to begin with. At the daybreak, it only stacks 8 times. It doesn't matter how much I shoot out. For higher linear damage compared to the exponential damage of the Seeker gets. This is absurd. This is so absurd that the Phantasm is a multiple tiers below the Tsunami, exclusively due to shooting 1 less projectile. Summons still don't work, no matter how fast you shoot out of them, or how many. Now there's only 1 pillar left, and I can't even get the mana flower. You think I have the time to use mana potions manually? And what do we even get out of that? Some rubbish worse than Copper Shortsword, Nebula Arcana, and the Nebula Blaze, which is just homing bullets that couldn't even stand up to the Seedler. Like, here, look at this. The Nebula Arcana doesn't even... What is? It homes, and it does dots that infinitely scales upward based on how many are there on the screen. The Tsunami already shoots 6 ticks faster. It shoots 5 at once. And they linger for an absurd amount of time. Give me any boss right now. I'm almost two-shotting the Empress of Light and Vanilla. Of these 18 ticks, at which she loses half of her HP bar, and only properly hit 2 of them. And then it did this much in a singular game tick. This isn't real, right? It couldn't possibly be that good. No one likes the Nebula Arcanum because it sucks and it is bad. It sucks. I have the footage. I have the proof. There's no mistake. This isn't even Terraria anymore. All I need is survive, and that should be easy with how much damage it does. I just need to stand there and wait it out, and I win. I don't care if the Eventide or the Tsunami is better. I need to beat the Moonlord with this. I have the Psycho Knife, which is the highest attack speed weapon in the game, while also having high damage. It doesn't matter that I can't shoot out projectile normally. The projectiles have their own AI independent of weapon. As long as I can shoot them out fast enough, can I simply create black holes to destroy anything in a touch. That was just a fluke. Try it again. I can set up better. Again, next time. Again. All I need is armor. Hell, I don't care. Shit, give me 500 HP. Again. This has to work. I know it can. I have seen it. It can. All I need to do is to set it up right. Then will my damage outscale the Moonlord. It has to. I'm going insane here, trying to make this work, while it will not work. Do it, kill the Moonlord. Calm, just relax. You don't need to beat the Moonlord in another minute. This fight normally takes 8 minutes. With this power, will you beat it faster than you ever normally could? Those also don't feel like it takes long. Have you any idea what happens to a man when he has this much power? I don't care if I kill the Moonlord fast or not. This doesn't feel anything anymore. This is nothing. Can't you see how much damage I do? 20,000. That is how much damage I do. It did this to the Empress in one frame. Moonlord only has 300,000 HP. This fight can be won in 15 takes. Calm. Just use the scene. Once Moonlord starts moving, because I dodge through the accounts to catch up to him. But the Siedler, it is also way stronger than any weapon in the game. Why is this so slow? Why can't I win faster? I need to dodge. It's not hard. I've done this fight countless times, almost damageless. And in those times, did I do 100 times less damage. This fight is over so fast. I could do it 2 times in the time it normally takes. But why does it feel so slow? There! I won. I did it. I won the Whittigan. It's over. It's never over. I need to see it. I need to feel it. The true power of the Arcanum. There is no stronger boss. No stationary boss. No boss I can attack in vanilla. That's it. I simply use mods. I play Inferno and beat up Supreme Calamity. I am using something stronger than most Calamity weapons. So that is the only hope I have. And there, I even get a better weapon that shoots out even more projectiles. That's it. Why is the sound stop working? Why does my PC no longer have any sound? Until I close Terraria? This is so strong it breaks my PC. There is no way I can see how strong this is. My PC cannot handle it. No PC can handle this. It is too good. It's way too good. No person should ever be allowed to have this. They aren't allowed to have this. I used a tool that exceeds the limit of gods. And now I have to taste the golden apple. I have seen it. I have seen what you can do. These you shouldn't. This is why they weren't allowed to get knowledge. All it does is destroy you. It destroys you with the knowledge that you can never reach it. You lose all comparison, and you only equate it to what isn't real. There is nothing that really could compare. But man, this entire thing really does feel like something better for streaming, where people constantly shout at you with weapon combinations you wouldn't even consider. Who knows what else lurks out there?